Let's get right into it. Number 10. The Wondiwoi tree kangaroo. The Wondiwoi tree kangaroo was first spotted back in 1928 in New Guinea. Scientists took one look at this weird creature. It was definitely a kangaroo, but it lived in a tree. They collected one specimen, wrote it down in their books, and then the animal disappeared. For 90 years, nobody saw this thing again. Scientists were pretty sure it was extinct. I mean, how hard could it be to spot a kangaroo in a tree? Turns out pretty hard. These sneaky little guys were hiding in some of the most remote forests in New Guinea, places so dense and steep that even getting there is like trying to climb a wall made of bamboo. In 2018, an amateur botanist, a fancy word for plant nerd, decided to go looking for this supposedly extinct kangaroo. This guy wasn't even a professional scientist. He was just really into plants and thought, hey, why not look for an extinct tree kangaroo while I'm at it? He found one, just casually chilling in a tree, probably thinking, took you guys long enough. The best part is he got photos. Not blurry, Bigfoot-style photos, actually clear ones. This kangaroo was just sitting there looking at the camera like, yeah, I've been here the whole time. What's the big deal? These guys evolved to be expert climbers. They've got strong arms, grippy paws, and a tail that helps them balance. They're basically the parkour artists of the kangaroo world. They're also super shy, like hide for 90 years kind of shy. They live in bamboo forests so thick that you could be standing right under one and never know it's there. Number 9. The Laotian Rock Rat. Imagine walking into a meat market in Laos and finding a dinosaur trying to buy groceries. That's basically what happened in 2005 when scientists spotted a very weird-looking rat in a local food market. At first, they thought it was just another rat, maybe a new species, but when they looked closer, their jaws dropped. This wasn't just any rat. It was a member of a family that was supposed to have gone extinct 11 million years ago. It's called the Laotian Rock Rat, and it's basically what you'd get if a rat time-traveled from the ancient past. This is like finding out your weird uncle who everyone thought moved to Florida 20 years ago has actually been living in your attic the whole time. The really wild part is, this rat family was so ancient that scientists had only ever seen it in fossils. Finding it alive would be like discovering a T-Rex working at your local McDonald's. They noticed something odd about its teeth. Its teeth were different from any living rodent but matched perfectly with 11 million-year-old fossils. The rat had been hiding in the limestone mountains of Laos this whole time. These mountains are like nature's witness protection program. Species go there to disappear and apparently stay hidden for millions of years. Scientists call these kinds of discoveries Lazarus taxa, species that come back from the dead. But unlike the biblical Lazarus who was gone for 4 days, this rat ghosted everyone for 11 million years. That's like leaving someone on red for several million years, and then suddenly replying, sorry, was busy. Number 8. The Black-browed Babbler. This bird managed to lose itself from every scientist on Earth for 170 years. Scientists only knew it existed because of a single stuffed bird collected back in the 1840s. Researchers called it the biggest enigma in Indonesian ornithology. In 2020, locals in Borneo caught a bird that looked exactly like that museum specimen. This species had dodged every scientist, explorer, and birdwatcher for longer than most countries have existed. When they examined it, the bird looked completely different from what scientists expected. The museum specimen had faded so much that they'd been drawing it with the wrong colors all this time. Instead of being dull and grayish, it actually had dark maroon and gray feathers. Number 7. Voeltzkow's chameleon. Imagine ghosting someone for a day or two. Now imagine ghosting the entire scientific world for over 100 years. That's exactly what Voeltzkow's chameleon did. This sneaky little lizard was first discovered in Madagascar back in 1893. Scientists took some notes, drew some pictures, and then the chameleon pulled the greatest disappearing act in history. For more than a century, nobody could find this thing. Not a single photo existed. Everyone thought it was extinct, another victim of deforestation and habitat loss. But this chameleon was just playing the longest game of hide-and-seek ever. In 2020, some researchers decided to go looking for it one last time. Want to know where they find this master of disguise? In a hotel garden. While scientists were trekking through dense jungles and remote areas, this chameleon was basically chilling by the pool. The females are particularly interesting. When they meet males, they turn black and blue with bright orange dots. It's like nature's version of putting on makeup for a date, except this makeup could probably give you a heart attack. And these chameleons only live for a few months as adults. They're basically the mayflies of the reptile world. They hatch, grow up, have some baby chameleons, and check out. So not only did they manage to hide from scientists for over a century, they did it while speedrunning their entire life cycle. Number 6. The Bermuda Petrel. Imagine you're a sailor in the 1600s, anchored off the coast of Bermuda at at night. Suddenly, you hear these weird moaning sounds coming from the darkness. It sounds like tortured souls crying out from hell itself. The locals tell you it's demons haunting the island, but these weren't demons, they were birds. Meet the Bermuda Petrel, also known as the Howe. These birds make the most horrifying sounds you've ever heard come out of an animal's mouth. Picture a mix between a crying baby and a ghost having an existential crisis. The early settlers were so freaked out by these birds that they called Bermuda the Isle of Devils, but being mistaken for demons was the least of their problems. When humans showed up, they brought some unwanted guests: rats, cats, and pigs. These new animals had a great time eating all the Howe eggs they could find. The birds didn't stand a chance. By the 1620s, everyone thought these demon birds were extinct. For 330 years, the Howe was just a spooky story that sailors told each other. Then in 1951, something crazy happened. A group of scientists found 18 pairs of these extinct birds just chilling on some rocky islands. They had been hiding there the whole time, making their creepy ghost calls in the night. These birds only come to land to breed, and they only do it at night. During the day, they're out flying over the ocean, sometimes covering thousands of miles. They're basically the ninjas of the bird world. Scientists found out that each pair of Hows only lays one egg per year, and they lay these eggs in underground burrows, which is pretty smart if you're trying to hide from everything that wants to eat you. Number 5. The Coelacanth. Imagine you're a scientist in 1938, checking out some fish at a local market in South Africa. Suddenly you spot something that shouldn't exist, a creature that was supposed to have gone extinct with the dinosaurs. This was exactly what happened to Marjorie Courtney Latimer when she discovered the first living coelacanth. It's like finding a T-Rex hanging out at your local Walmart. These fish were supposed to have died out 66 million years ago. Scientists were so sure about this that they literally called it a living fossil when they found it. The coelacanth looks like something straight out of Jurassic Park. It's got weird, fleshy fins that move like legs, armor like scales, and a head joint that lets it open its mouth wide enough to swallow large prey whole. These guys live in the deep ocean, 2,300 feet down. That's so deep that normal scuba gear is useless. You'd be crushed like a soda can down there. They can grow up to 6 feet long and weigh as much as a grown man. They also live to be about 100 years old. They're pregnant for 3 years. Human moms complaining about 9 months have nothing on these fish. Scientists think they've survived all this time by living in such deep water that nothing really changes down there. It's like they found the perfect hiding spot and just decided to chill there for 66 million years. Number 4. The Black-footed Ferret. Back in 1979, scientists declared the Black-footed Ferret extinct. But then, in 1981, a dog named Shep showed up at his owner's doorstep in Wyoming with a dead Black-footed Ferret in his mouth. It was like finding out Elvis was still alive. Scientists rushed to the area and found a small colony of these supposedly extinct ferrets living in a prairie dog town. Then disease hit the colony hard. The remaining ferrets were dropping like flies from canine distemper. Scientists had to make a tough call: leave them in the wild and watch them die out for real this time, or capture them all and try to save the species. They went with option 2. They managed to catch the last 18 ferrets alive, but only 7 of them were healthy enough to breed. The entire species was down to just 7 individuals. It's like trying to rebuild humanity with just 7 people at a really awkward dinner party. These 7 ferrets became the ancestors of every black-footed ferret alive today. Scientists had to get creative with the breeding program. They even built special prairie dog tunnels to teach baby ferrets how to hunt. Today, there are over 300 black-footed ferrets living in the wild. Not exactly a huge number, but way better than being extinct. Number 3. The Lord Howe Island stick insect. Imagine being so big that fishermen used you as bait. That was life for the Lord Howe Island stick insect. These guys were basically the size of your hand and looked like a lobster that decided to become a tree. In 1918, a supply ship crashed near Lord Howe Island. Rats crawled out of the wreckage. These rats were like tiny terminators. They went through the island's insects like a teenager through a bag of chips. By 1930, scientists declared the tree lobsters extinct. 70 years later, some climbers decided to scale Ball's Pyramid. Ball's Pyramid isn't your average mountain. It's basically what you'd get if you asked a 5-year-old to draw a scary mountain, a massive spike of rock jutting out of the ocean. The climbers were scaling the cliff when they spotted something weird. Under a single bush, growing on this vertical cliff face, they found giant insect poop. Most people would see giant insect droppings and run the other way. But these guys were scientists, so naturally, they got excited. They came back at at night and found them. 24 tree lobsters living on this one bush, an entire species surviving on a single plant on the side of a cliff in the middle of nowhere. Scientists managed to capture 2 of them. They named them Adam and Eve. These 2 bugs were literally humanity's only chance to save the species. Adam and Eve delivered. Today, there are over 1,000 tree lobsters in captivity, and each one of them can trace their family tree back to that one couple on that lonely bush. Number 2, the Fernandina giant tortoise. Imagine telling everyone you're dead, then showing up to your own funeral 113 years later. That's basically what the Fernandina giant tortoise did. Back in 1906, scientists found 1 male tortoise on a volcanic island in the Galapagos. After that, nothing. Not a shell, not a footprint, not even a bite mark on a leaf. Everyone thought these tortoises were gone forever. In 2019, some researchers were hiking through Fernandina Island when they found something that made them do a double take. There, just chilling in the middle of a volcanic wasteland, was a female Fernandina giant tortoise. They named her Fernanda because scientists aren't exactly known for their creative naming skills. They did DNA tests at Yale University, and she's the real deal. This tortoise had been living on an active volcano this whole time. Imagine spending over a century dodging lava flows and volcanic eruptions. That's like playing the world's longest game of the floor is lava, except the floor is actually lava. The scientists are now desperately searching for a male tortoise to pair with Fernanda, because let's be honest, being the last of your kind is pretty lonely. Just ask Lonesome George, another Galapagos tortoise who died in 2012 without finding love. But there's hope. They found fresh tortoise poop on the island. To these scientists, it's like finding gold. It means there are probably more tortoises out there, hiding in the volcanic landscape. Number 1, the Attenborough's long-beaked Echidna. Think about misplacing your keys for 60 years, only to find them exactly where you left them. That's basically what happened with this spiky little weirdo. Scientists found one of these guys back in 1961, took some notes, and then nothing. For decades, everyone thought this egg-laying pincushion had gone extinct. Then in 2023, some researchers decided to check the Cyclops Mountains in Indonesia. The echidna was just chilling there, probably wondering what took everyone so long to visit. This isn't just any old echidna. It's basically the hipster of the mammal world. While other mammals were evolving things like live birth, this guy was like, nah, I'm keeping it old school, and stuck with laying eggs. It's one of only 5 mammals on Earth that still lays eggs, making it rarer than a teenager without a phone. The locals actually knew about these creatures all along. These echidnas are master escape artists. They can dig through solid ground faster than you can dig through your couch for the TV remote, and they're nocturnal, which means they only come out at night, when most scientists are busy updating their Instagram. The really wild part is they're named after Sir David Attenborough, which is pretty ironic. Imagine having a supposedly extinct animal named after the guy who's filmed basically every other animal on Earth. It's like having a hidden PlayStation and naming it after your mom, who's always telling you to go outside and play. Scientists finally caught this sneaky fellow on camera, using special traps. The photos showed this spiky survivor doing what it does best, poking around in the dirt with its long beak, probably looking for bugs and worms. It's like a vacuum cleaner crossed with a porcupine. The discovery gives hope that other extinct animals might just be playing a really long game of hide and seek. For all we know, the dodo might be vacationing in the Bahamas. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.